Question number 3 is a modeling question. In other words, you need to take this information written in English and translate it into a mathematical inequality. There are a couple ways that we could think about this. First, I want to see if we can build it from scratch. So let's read. The total cost in dollars to rent a surfboard consists of a $25 service fee and a $10 per hour rental fee. A person rents a surfboard for T hours and intends to spend a maximum of $75 to rent the surfboard. Which inequality represents this situation? So let's see if we can make sense of this. So we've got a total cost in dollars, and we're trying to rent a surfboard. There's going to be a $25 service fee and a $10 per hour rental fee. So to get this total cost, we've got two parts. We've got the $25 service fee, and we've got the $10 per hour rental fee. A couple of things that I'm noticing. First of all, we've got a total of two different things that are not the same size. So if we're trying to total some things that are not the same as each other, we'll add. We've got a 25 and a $10 per hour. If I think about this context, if I go to this surf shop, I might end up spending $25 plus $10 because I rent it for just 1 hour. Or I might do $25 plus 10 for the first hour, 10 for the second hour, 10 for the third hour, 10 for the fourth hour. Whatever I do, I'm going to use this 25 once, but I might be using this 10 over and over again. That's where we're going to be using a variable. The $25 service fee happens just once, but it's $10 per hour for every hour. I can think of this as 10 times the number of hours. Well, what is the number of hours? We've already defined that. T is the number of hours. So we've got 25 plus 10 times T. And we have a maximum amount that we're willing to spend. We want to spend no more than $75. So it's okay if all of this is equal to $75. And it's also okay if it is less than $75. We just don't want it to be more, so we can say less than or equal to. And there, we've built up an inequality. 25 plus 10 times t is less than or equal to 75. And we've got that option over here, answer D. Another thing that we might know that may have saved us a little bit of time is if we recognize this as an mx plus b type story. Mx plus b will come in handy whenever we have a starting amount and a constant change. So you've probably seen these stories. You buy a 10-inch sunflower and it grows 2 inches every day. You used to have $100 in your savings account and then you spend $15 every day. If we have a story with a starting amount and then a repeating addition or a repeating subtraction, we've got an mx plus b story. So let's see if we can decode what the m, the x, and the b are. So the b I like to think of as the begin. You might see this on a graph as a y-intercept. So the b, the begin, is our starting amount. We're starting off paying $25. So no matter what happens, we're paying that $25 service fee. The m, the move, we might see this as the slope if we graph it, or we might think of it as the rate of change. So that is happening over and over and over again. The $10 is getting applied over and over and over again. So our m is 10. Now our x is our input variable, the variable that determines the outcome. And for this situation, that variable is actually t. So we've got the rate of 10 times the input variable of t, and then we've got our plus in here because we're starting with $25. So we've got a 10t plus 25. Using some of the reasoning that we used in the first approach, we can then recognize that all of this cost has to be less than or equal to 75. And once again, d is equivalent. Now, mx plus b likes to put our variable term first and then our constant. just the way that it was written in the story started with the constant first and then the variable term, which is why I think that they wrote it as 25 plus 10t instead of 10t plus 25. But if we know our rules of addition, we know that these are equivalent. So we could build it up from scratch, or we could recognize this as an mx plus b story, and we should get our answer of D. 25 plus 10t is less than or equal to 75 is the mathematical representation of this story.